Starting a successful print-on-demand store isn't easy, but it's definitely doable. You just need to make sure you're doing the right thing and going in with the right expectations. In this video, I'm going to take my 10 years of experience in print on demand and condense it down into what I would do today, knowing everything I know about this business. This strategy is currently helping hundreds of students in my paid community, and it can most certainly help you too. We're going to distill this down into 5 parts. Each part is very important, so try not to skip them. And most importantly, this is exactly what I would do right now to build a 5- and 6-figure print-on-demand business. Let's start with part 1, understanding the business model. During part 1 or phase 1 of this business, we need to immerse ourselves in learning. This is a tried and tested business model that thousands of people are succeeding with. So don't spend months pulling your hair out. I personally still try to spend 1 hour a day learning and seeing how I can improve my business. And by watching this video, you're already doing step 1. So nice one. Now let's discuss the business model, because most of you probably just think this is just classic print on demand. But it's not. You need to start looking at print on demand as just a fulfillment model, not as an entire business. Print on demand is just a way to have items printed when someone buys on demand. It's in the name. But when someone asks what you do, don't say, I do print on demand. You don't. You run a clothing company. If you are Printify or Printful or Gelato, then yes, you are a print-on-demand business. We are not that. We are trying to grow a clothing brand, utilizing a print-on-demand company like Printify or any of them. This might seem like an unimportant nuance, but it's not. It's a total mindset shift. And once you realize you're not just building a little business to get one-off sales, but instead you're building a brand that can rival any other high street shop, that's when shit gets serious and you can really start to see the potential in this business model. With this business model, I'd bypass companies like Amazon, Redbubble, TeePublic, Etsy, and all the others. Why? Because those are print-on-demand companies. They are not yours. They are companies that find you customers and print items on demand when a customer buys. They are not companies that allow you to grow at your own pace, and they are not companies that give you 100% creative freedom in your business. And that's why I wouldn't do that if I was starting over. In a way, you can think of those companies as horrible bosses, and your horrible bosses will decide how many people view your products, how many people buy your products, and how much you can make from selling your products. All whilst those bosses are also treating other employees in the same way. And those other employees are your competitors. You see where I'm going here? You want to set yourself apart. You want to own the customer, own the data, own the entire journey. All right, part 2, finding a singular popular niche. I'm going to keep this really simple. This is a huge topic, and I have covered it for hours and hours, but I'm going to distill it down to the most important element. Something I would make a main priority if I was starting out from scratch today. When deciding on a niche, the main factor to consider is, are there proven designs in this niche that are getting sales? Yes or no? It's simple, right? Now let's take it a step further. When deciding on a niche and finding that there are winning designs in that niche, you now need to make sure that there is variability with those winners. If you picked a niche and the top 5 sellers are all the exact same design, and upon further investigation, you found that there wasn't much variability in the niche, meaning you could only really find a handful of unique designs selling on other platforms, that would be a red flag for me. We need to ensure that we can create hundreds of designs in this singular niche. Now, as I said, there are many other things to consider when picking a niche, but I think this is one of the most important and never really discussed points, because so often people will go into a niche and not consider how big that niche could get and realize at 20 or 30 designs down the line, they've ran out of ideas. We can't have that happen. We need to make sure that right at the beginning, there are going to be lots of winners in that niche and there's going to be potential for hundreds and hundreds of designs so that we can keep creating something new in that niche to find multiple winners. It's all about finding winners. Part 3, design creation. After finalizing a niche, it's time to start creating designs. Again, I'm going to keep this super simple for you. Open up a few websites, Etsy, Amazon, Redbubble, Google, whatever. Start searching for your niche with the word t-shirt. And then you can use other words such as funny, serious, popular. So an example search would be funny dog t-shirts, if your niche was, of course, the dog niche. You can also change the main word, so you'll still use funny and t-shirts, but you'll change dog to be funny poodle t-shirt. Something like that, where there are other ways to describe elements of that niche. Then I want you to screenshot as many as you can and keep them organized if you can. We use Figma and we have various boards where we keep all of our design ideas and our screenshots super organized. Get that mood board filled up. I'm talking 200, 300, 400 screenshots. The more, the better. Just make sure that they are good designs. The next thing I do is use AI. Pro tip, by the way, we actually built a phrase AI tool, my brother and I. It's flipping epic. I've gotten a bunch of sales from the results from this specific AI GPT that we built. And the link to the Phrase Genie, which is what we called it, is in our free community. So click below to join, go to Classroom, then go to Freebies, then click here. And once you click the link to access the GPT, all you need to do is put your niche in and let it do everything else. The results it gives is flipping incredible. And if you just look at what some other people have said, you'll see it's the real deal. Thousands and thousands of people are now using this GPT. It is so cool, and it's free. There's no reason not to give it a go, so definitely go and try that out. You then want to create a separate section on your mood board for AI-generated phrases that you can try and implement one day. After doing all of this, you should be armed with hundreds and hundreds of ideas. Now you've got to start actually creating them. Again, there's a lot more to this. There's design theory to consider, and sometimes you might not be good at designing, which is okay. Utilize tools like Creative Fabrica and Creative Market, and even Etsy to buy SVG-ready designs that you can just slap on a t-shirt and sell. That is what I would do if I was starting today. I use all of these different tools. And don't worry about competition. You're putting these on your own website, remember. You don't have any of those pesky competition listings stealing your customers or stealing the attention away from your designs. You have your own website and your own designs. And when a customer comes to your website, that is all they will see. It's amazing. Anyway, part 4, building a good brand. What is a good brand? Well, that's a good question. Every brand starts out random. What was Apple before it was Apple, right? Before it was something big. So don't overthink this and try to create the next Ralph Lauren or Timberland. Create your own brand, pick a name, buy the domain, get the social handles. That's it. Don't overthink it. Keep it super simple. Just come up with a basic logo and boom, you've got yourself a brand. That logo can change over time. Those colors can change. And you can go as drastic as even changing your brand name. It is all okay to do. Just get started. You want to pick a supplier, and we use Printify, and more specifically, we use SwiftPOD. Why? Well, I think their quality is superior and we're very, very happy. Their customer service is great and I've been using them now for a very long time and I can't find a reason to leave. They've also become the only long-term partner of the channel. If you've watched my videos, you'll see I don't really do sponsors anymore. I just feel like I want to only make videos that I want to make, and sponsored videos aren't that. But with Printify, because I use them ourselves in my business and every single day, it didn't really feel like a burden to bring them on as a sponsor. And the product I'd sell if I was starting over is a t-shirt. Again, why? It's clearly the most popular item of clothing. It's the item that has the most chances to actually get sales. Is it saturated? Hell no, it's not saturated. It's a t-shirt. There's billions of people on the planet. How could it be saturated? If someone is telling you it's saturated, they're trying to scare you out of the market. There is huge space in the market to sell t-shirts. Even when you want to sell hoodies, people wear t-shirts underneath them. T-shirts are always the staple item of clothing. Okay, so niche is done, designs are done, brand is done, printing partner done. The next part of branding is building the website, and we use Shopify. I know that sounds really daunting, and if I had to start over, I would still use Shopify, knowing everything I know. It's clearly the superior option with all the features it has, and it's not crazy expensive, only $29 a month when you pay yearly. I don't think that's bad at all, considering we're building a proper business here. It's going to make us a lot of money. What's $29 a month when we're making all this money, right? Part 5. Shout from the rooftops. Okay, not exactly, but it's time we tell the world about our products now. We should have 100 niche-focused designs ready to go. Well-researched designs, I should say, populating our Shopify website. Now, if I started over today, I would use either Facebook ads or TikTok ads as the traffic source. I would probably focus on Facebook ads first and try and master that, as I think it's better for this specific model. However, it's important to put out there that TikTok ads can work very well too. I would run simple test ads and spend as little money as possible. I would also not be afraid to pause ads if it's not performing. I'm looking for a low CPC, a cost per click, around 50 to 75 cents per click. And at the beginning, I understand it could be more, especially when Facebook is learning who my audience is. I would also run these test ads between Thursday and Monday. Over the weekend is generally a really good time, as that's when the majority of sales come in. And after a 5-day test, I'll evaluate the clicks, the engagement, the sales, if there are any, and determine what steps to take next, whether it's to scale some ads, create tons of new designs based on winners, change the mock-up, whatever it may be. You have to be adaptable here. Don't fall in love with your designs. And when in doubt, pause that ad. Please, please, please don't spend tons of money at the early stages. I'm talking $5 to $10 a day on an ad set. In each ad set, you could have a huge amount of designs. I don't want to hear people spending thousands of dollars on ads. That is a big mistake, especially at the beginning. Again, this is a complicated process, one that I'm planning a 4+ hour video for. Of course, this isn't a 20-hour video, so please don't watch this and think, this is it. There will be nuances missed. There will be details missed. I can't cover everything in under 20 minutes. And this is why I built the Print on Demand Hub. And if you're serious, really, really serious about making this a business, building a brand, and creating a company that you can actually be proud of, you should really consider checking out the Print on Demand Hub. If you want help from a community of like-minded, driven individuals, and me, of course, then the Print on Demand Hub is for you. We love working with people who want to make this business work themselves and understand what it takes, how hard it really is, and has realistic expectations of what to expect. So, if that sounds like you, come and have a look at the Print on Demand Hub. You'll be happy you did. Trust me, I guarantee it, it's awesome. So that's what I would do if I started over. And as promised, if you want free access to the amazing AI phrase GPT that we built, check out the free community in the link below. Thanks for watching. Hopefully, I'll see you in either the free or the paid community, whichever one you want to do. They're both awesome.